Am I the asshole for calling the police on my roommate for screaming at me? For context, I, 19F, have muscular dystrophy and I can't own anything more than $2,000 or I'll lose my benefits, so everything is in a trust, but it's still my house. My roommate, 56F, has lived here for about 5 years. She was my mom's best friend and I honestly considered her to be my second mom. The whole time she's lived here my mom took amazing care of her. She bought her groceries for the first couple years and only charged $250 for rent, but she wasn't strict on it at all. She went over a year not paying rent. Once the trust took over, they were going to raise rent to $516 instead of $250. Ever since that she's been absolutely awful to me and incredibly childish. She has literally thrown temper tantrums because she doesn't ever communicate and expects me to read her mind. Anyways, because of my disability I can't do anything on my own, so one day I had to use the bathroom really badly and she refused to help and I ended up laying in bodily fluids for close to an hour. Then, a couple weeks later the trust comes and takes the medical equipment that I don't need so they can sell it. So, when someone came to get my shower chair adjusted to work better for me, she told them that the trust took the chair. They kept asking to talk to me but she just sent them away instead of telling them where my room was. I asked her why she sent them away and she said, "I didn't know the chair was here so you can't get mad at me," and left. She came back a few minutes later screaming that I'm a little fucking punk bitch. An ungrateful person. I'm manipulative and narcissistic. I've never cared about her, etc. I threatened to call 911 and she told me to do it. I don't think she expected me to do it. I was crying and she screamed, "You're just upset you physically can't defend yourself." I was begging her to leave my room and she kept saying, "No, you can't make me." Before she eventually left she said, "Piss yourself? I don't give a fuck," then started slamming doors and screaming about how I'm a little fucking punk bitch and so disrespectful and ungrateful after she left. Then, she texted my night nurse and my friend who's moving in that she's tired of my bullshit and that nobody tells her anything. I call 911 to get this documented for my safety. They called Adult Protective Services. I called her job because she works for the state as a support coordinator for disabled kids. She hasn't even looked at me in weeks. The reason I didn't tell her is because she told me not to tell her anything related to me or my care in a past fight. I honestly don't believe that she cared about me at all, ever. She promised my mom while my mom was dying that she would always take the best care of me and never let anything happen to me. I think she was taking advantage of my mom. She's only upset because I'm not letting her take advantage over me and I'll always stand up for myself. She's also trying to avoid back rent for the last 4 months. On the good note, she moves out on Thursday. More info. The trust is a special needs trust fund ran by a law firm. I have zero control as to what happens with rent, etc. My roommate agreed to help in the event of an emergency and my trust was willing to pay her for it if she took the 4-hour class to be certified, but she refused. They were also going to pay her for the help she did from January to April. I heavily advocated for her to the trust, but in the end there is only so much I can do. Emergencies like that happen maybe 2-3 times a year. I have a caregiver during the day and a night nurse at night. The agreement that the trust made was get certified and they'll pay her and lower her rent, or don't get certified and pay $500 per month. I should add that her son lived here too until this weekend and she has her 2 very untrained dogs here too. Not the asshole. Your roommate is literally insane and a threat to your safety, and I am horrified she is allowed around disabled kids. You can be fed up or annoyed, but one. She is choosing to live here, rent-free too. This is not an appropriate reaction to any situation. Like there's zero way to justify this. Unless you killed her firstborn and left it out of the post, this person cannot be allowed around you or those vulnerable kids. When she goes, try and see if you can set up security cams and change the locks. 'Cause I wouldn't trust her. If she's doing things like helping you go to the bathroom, why is the trust charging her rent? Obviously this situation has become abusive and needs to end ASAP, but I'm still a bit outraged that she's assisting you with going to the toilet and yet still being asked for rent. Info. I am confused. Was she your carer or your roommate? Not the asshole, but is she taking care of you or not? Why is she helping you go to the bathroom? Is she getting paid to be your caretaker? In a screaming fight, you are crying, "It's a house for you," in your room, and she refused to leave. Making a hidden treat saying you can't defend yourself and you can't make her do anything. Calling the police is not a question. She was a clear danger and this is one of the reasons police exist. Put your feelings and safety over her. You are not selfish for putting yourself first. And she is not fit to be around anyone who needs support, help. She might have been giving herself an illusion that she would have money control over you? And reality broke the mask. Not the asshole. OMG, this is horrific. I really hope she actually leaves and you never have to suffer her abuse again. You absolutely made the right call contacting authorities and reporting her. Document everything. She left you lying in your own bodily fluids. This woman is a monster. ETA. You mentioned your mom dying, so I'm guessing she's passed? Sorry for your loss. How long after her passing did roommates' treatment of you change? If you feel like she was taking advantage of your mom, it wouldn't surprise me that she was only kind to you to stay in her good graces. This person is not a friend to you or your mom. Please be safe. Am I the asshole for not sugarcoating a message when asking to be reimbursed? Last year, my boyfriend's best friend moved to the UK. My boyfriend's car wasn't working, so he used mine to go to the airport. We met at the friend's house so everyone could leave together, and I had already agreed to pick up some of the other friends since it was on the way. While we were waiting, the mom of the friend who was leaving, let's call her Shirley, was worried that someone fetching another girl wouldn't be on time. She said she didn't care how much it cost, she just wanted her picked up, and she'd pay for it. She asked my boyfriend, but he said we were using my car and that she should ask me. She offered to pay for petrol. I said, thank you, that would help a lot. My boyfriend said, we'll work it out. I took that to mean between me and Shirley. 2 days later, I sent this message to Shirley. Hey. I hope you're doing well. Would you mind sending me the cash for the other day? About 30 minutes later, I got a call from her daughter's friend, who cursed me out and asked who I thought I was for asking Shirley for money. I was called a bitch, among other things. I hung up and blocked her. Then the daughter messaged me from Shirley's number, insulting me and dragging up old drama. She said my boyfriend was supposed to work it out with her dad. That never happened. I think she misunderstood. We'll work it out. It wasn't between him and the parents, it was between Shirley and me. Shirley then messaged me saying I needed to make up with her daughter. I lied and said I'd try. I apologized and said it wasn't my intention to offend anyone. I explained that I was financially struggling. She knew I got scammed that month, and that petrol money would help. She replied with a long message saying she regretted asking me to help, and didn't get why I asked for money since I was already going to the airport. I told her I only agreed to fetch the extra person because I was told I'd be compensated. I added that if she didn't intend to pay, she shouldn't have offered. Things spiraled. Her daughter and her daughter's friend harassed me, constant calls, messages, and DMs on 2 Instagram accounts. I blocked them all. Months later, people still say I was rude and that I should have worded it like, "Can you please send me the cash when you get a chance?" I don't see how my version was that different or disrespectful and demanding. What hurt most was that my boyfriend didn't defend me. He said he didn't want to get involved, even though it was his friend's family. Am I the asshole? The only way I think I could be wrong is if they never actually intended to pay and thought I should have just done it for free. Not the asshole. Your boyfriend is the asshole in this situation. You should be reimbursed by the person who said they would do that if you picked up the person. There's a lot of bullshit being spewed for someone who doesn't want to live up to their word. Your boyfriend jumped into the situation and now won't defend you? Take note of this and expect the same moving forward. Info. My boyfriend's best friend moved to the UK. My boyfriend's car wasn't working, so he used mine to go to the airport. If you're this hard up for gas money, why are you doing airport runs in the first place? If someone needs to get to or from an airport, they pull out their phone and pay for an Uber or Lyft. Your boyfriend is a gutless coward. He was there. He heard the offer to pay you. He needs to deal with these people and arrange for your payment. Then you should dump him. You don't need someone in your life who doesn't have your back and doesn't want to get involved. And the people who say you were rude can kick rocks. They weren't there, and it's none of their business. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. She was never going to pay you a penny though. Keep them blocked. Not the asshole. She owed the money, so the wording didn't matter. My guess is that Op is a woman, so the gendered trope of playing nicely is once again rearing its head. Info. Has your boyfriend offered to pay you for his friend's shitty behavior? Have you asked him? Am I the asshole for giving my sister unrealistic expectations? I, 18, recently introduced my girlfriend, 18, to my family. My sister, 13, asked me if I could ask her for her skincare routine. My girlfriend has this bright, glowing complexion. So I asked her and she said she simply eats a kiwi fruit every morning, with the high vitamin C boosting her collagen production. That's it, all she does. My sister later asked her and she confirmed it. My sister has been asking for kiwi fruits, and when my mom asked and found out why, she was upset at me. Pulled me aside and said that some people are born lucky, with all the right genes, and that my girlfriend might just be one of them. That my sister might experience self-image issues and disappointment. Not the asshole. I think I would have told my sister about the kiwi fruit thing, but also warned her that it might not work for everyone. But in the end, you didn't do anything wrong. You just did what was asked of you. Not the asshole. I never imagined we would be in a world where a parent would be upset that their child wanted to eat fruit. Your mom could have easily said to her that sure she will buy it for her, but it's no guarantee that it will change her skin, but it's still a great healthy choice for her body. No assholes here. I see this as just different conclusions when discussing something with a child. It's the same sort of different outlooks with responses to children. For example, responding to a child who points at a fire alarm and asks, "What does that say?" Basic response, without much forethought when responding to a child. It says pull. Response with forethought and knowing the likeliness of how a child will respond. It's a fire alarm. It says pull, and then it will sound an alarm. We only pull it in emergencies. You answered your sister's question honestly, just not with the forethought and outlook of how she would then react. Your mom has the experience of seeing the outlook of your sister trying your GF's method but not getting the same result. So no assholes here in my opinion. Not the asshole. Sure, some people may indeed be born lucky, but eating nutrient-rich foods and drinking lots of water can definitely help. Starting healthy habits young is also a great way to get and keep nice skin. I wish I'd had the drive your sister has to jumpstart these healthy habits, honestly. Not the asshole. 13 is a hard age for skin. TikTok doesn't help either, especially seeing the 17+ skincare routine with bespoke ingredients. As a 54-year-old with good skin, it is partially genetics. But the best thing your sister can do is this. Wear sunscreen. Drink water and eat right. Take your makeup off before bed. Do not start a wildly complicated skincare routine, you can wreck your barrier. And, do not smoke or vape. The residue causes wrinkles. Not the asshole. I understand your mom's point and you probably didn't even think about it in the moment, and if your mom realized that as well, I don't know why she wouldn't just take the time to sit her down and let her know that skincare results are based on multiple factors, and while eating fruit may help, it might not be effective for everybody. Hell, it would have been a great time to educate her about her self-esteem and just her general sense of self, but instead she scolded you instead of just having the convo with her. Am I the asshole? My partner pays rent in my property. I, 31F, own a property that me and partner, 31M, and our baby daughter live in. We split all bills 50-50 even though he earns more. I also buy her clothes, pay her swimming lessons and all the bits I notice that she needs. He has lived here for 2.5 years and I have lived here 5 years. I moved out of my parents when I was 17 and I worked my ass off to buy the place by myself 5 years ago. I was paying rent and saving for a mortgage at the same time. It was hard work and took dedication as I did not get any financial help. He has asked to be added to the mortgage as he has been contributing here, monthly payments only. He says he is entitled to a share and his family have been doing research on that. I feel hurt that they would do that. It feels like I'm not sure if I can trust him or them now. I haven't had an easy journey to get to the security that I built for myself, and I can be a bit overprotective about that. Especially now I have a child and inevitably I want to build her future too. I'm very careful not to put myself in vulnerable positions, but now I feel I'm vulnerable. We have really disagreed on this, and he has moved out. Morally I find it wrong that the father of my child and his family would support him taking from me and his daughter. He said that would never happen, but why would they research it? And also, I'm not putting someone on the mortgage who does not have any actual investment to put down. It feels like he wants an easy ride to the property ladder. Am I wrong to be upset? Am I the aw? Edit 1. He has said he wouldn't expect half, but he would want back what he has put in. I explained that's not how rent works. Even if we had an agreement where he would get it back, I'm more concerned about his morals of being okay with taking it from me when I have had his child and am providing a secure home. Edit 2. Some people are saying about charging your partner rent is not very romantic. Can I ask you to consider the alternative? I work hard to buy a property by myself without any help. A man who has not done this gets to live for free and keeps his money. What's your opinion on that? Is that fair? Not the asshole. I think it's weird he was seemingly talking to his family about this before talking to you. The person on the mortgage. The owner of the home. If this was really about wanting his fair share, or wanting to invest for himself, he could have even suggested you guys start saving up to buy a place together versus him just being added to your property. This was yours before the relationship. There's no reason he needs to demand to be on the mortgage. So he moves out, and I assume stops contributing to you and his daughter, when he doesn't get his way. Had you put his name on the mortgage deed, he could literally take half of your house and force you to buy him out. He's literally proved to you that you're right to keep his name off of the deed. If you're in the US, it's usually not possible to add someone to the mortgage without refinancing the entire loan. What is your rate versus the current rate? Info. Do you treat him like a renter when it comes to maintaining the property? Like, say the water heater needs to be replaced. You get hit with a bill for a few thousand. Are you eating that cost, or do you expect him to pay half? If there is an issue with the plumbing, pest control, or home repairs, are you the one paying and sorting those out? Not the asshole. It's not a good idea to co-own property with someone you aren't married to anyway. And you see why now. He can just walk away, and if you had put him on the deed, he'd be entitled to part of the property. Not the asshole. Premarital property is for you only. The fact that he mentioned his family has been talking about this is no good. Best you can do is live separately or rent out your house and rent a place together. That sucks, but it can be the only fair way to do it without him and his family getting their hands on your stuff. Not the asshole. He wants an easy, free ride onto the property ladder. Owning a property isn't just the monthly payments, it's your deposit, getting the mortgage, insurance, doing all that paperwork and checks. You worked hard for this for yourself. Someone who has your back would see that and not want to take it away from you. If he wants to own property, he can buy one or you can sell up and you both buy one together. If he wants a share of this one, you could get a legal agreement for him to compensate you for a stake in it. Just rent doesn't entitle him to it, but that might depend on where you live. You can work on a legal solution, but you are not obliged to. Particularly with how he is behaving.